They're pretty quiet, they don't talk a whole lot, but they have some real interesting things about their life. And we're going to start with you, Bob. Can you tell them what your name is?
Bob Lantz.
And that's L-A-N-T-Z.
Right.
Okay, and Bob, I've heard of a place that from way back when called a mill.
We had a wheat flour mill.
Okay, there was the Lantz Wheat Flour.
Right.
Anybody ever do business at the Lantz Wheat Flour Mill? There's one hand raising. I guess your grandfather started that?
Right.
Dad took it up?
Dad and I did.
And then what about your son?
He stayed with me, and then finally he left and had a job down in Columbus.
Okay, well, I think you told him to get out of the business.
No.
No, you wouldn't say that. Don't say that. Is it still going, the business? Did you sell it or what?
No, we sold it.
You sold it, okay. This gentleman here, he won't be too shy in telling you, you've been involved with this fair for quite a while.
Well, the first day we decided to have this ground, Mike Paddock had me bring some merchandise out to see, and the fair board at that time wanted a new fairground.
You were the president of the fair board.
Yeah, so
wanted a new fairgrounds.
I looked at Mike, and Mike looked at me, and I said, Mike, this would be a perfect fairground. You can have it. Oh no, we'll buy it. We just laughed. He said, okay, Bob. Well, they did it. They followed through.
Well, didn't you tell me that he had it on the market and you actually said that you guaranteed him that you could come up with 10,000 more for him if he'd hold it?
About the size of it.
And actually, my understanding...
Many people that don't think I'm a crook.
Well, you told me the story 3 times in our visit. So I guess if you look at the deep part of that story, there was even some consideration that they might drop the fair?
At that time, they were going to drop the fair altogether in Richland County.
Because they didn't really have a good place.
Well, I wanted the young people to have some place to display their merchandise. They work so hard the whole year around raising animals.
And just down the road from here, there's a road called Lantz Road.
Well, somebody did that.
Named it after you.
Well, that's nice of them.
Don't get into all that. I know he kept telling me. But he sure wanted you all to know that this fairgrounds wouldn't be the fairgrounds had it not been for what he did. So, thank you. A little more about John is he served in, you were a Marine.
Yes, well, very much so.
World War II.
Right.
Served in Guam and
Guadalcanal, Guam, Munda.
Son says you don't like to talk a whole lot about it.
I don't.
Tough time. Well, we're glad you are a veteran who came back to be with us. Now, there was, I guess you used to go to your grandparents' house, and there was you had a dog,
Rover.
and you couldn't believe what Rover would do.
He could play ball like anybody's business. He could really play ball.
Well, that ain't what you were telling me. You were telling me about when it was time for you to go or time for you to come back.
My folks lived 5 miles out of town, a mile off of Lexington Road. And every Friday, and we don't know how that dog knew it, but every Friday morning he'd be laying at the corner of the property waiting for
you to come back.
Just spellbound us.
Set your calendar on it. Rover the dog was waiting for me. Now, when you were a little boy, we talked about the gal who had the Rita Hayworth experience. And, well, this fella had an experience. You were working at a feed mill. Well, I'm going to bring it up. No. You were a little fella. Wasn't your fault.
Well, I'm old enough to know better.
He was told to take some feed out to a car.
Yeah, they came to pick up some feed, and I forget who it was anymore.
Who was that that was in that car? You threw the feed right on their lap.
Lauren McCall and Humphrey.
Oh,
the guy that came in the mill.
Louis Bromfield. Louis Bromfield.
Louis told him.
Louis said, Bob, take a bag of feed out and throw it back in the car. You just open the door and throw it in. I did, and I was a rattlebrain. Then I was playing football out of senior high and having fun. I didn't give a hoot what I was doing. I opened the door and threw the thing in on their legs, and I said, oh my gosh, what have I done? And they were good sports.
Good sports.
Well, I thought I'd break her runners in her legs, but it didn't.
Thought maybe it would end their movie career, huh?
Well, either theirs or mine. I didn't know what mine was. I hadn't developed yet.
Bob, you're just a delightful fellow. We're so grateful that you've been so involved with the fair for all these years. What would you want to tell the judges so that they will vote you to be the king?
Well, I'm just so proud of the results of the. I'm so proud of the fairground. I can't tell you what to say. I'm just proud of it.
So, you know, if there were no fair, there would be no king and queen contest. If there were...
The day Mike Panny called me up and said, Bob.
This is the story again.
And I said, what, Mike? He said, bring some feet out there. I delivered it out. At the time, I was president of the Agricultural Society. I looked around, I said, you got the place up for sale? He said, yeah. I went back to the fair board and I said, would you go along with the idea of considering it for a fairground? Well, they went for it.
They went for it. So you heard the story twice. I heard it 3 times. Bob Lance, congratulations and good luck to you, Bob.